and welcome to chair interval training. Thank you for joining me in my home. I wanted to show you my latest mask. Shout out to Yellow Springs Schools. Athletic Director Jeff Ira gave this to me for helping with some sports officiating, which I love to do. I also love to garden, and I love to exercise with you. So welcome, friends, to chair interval training brought to you by Community Access Yellow Springs and the Yellow Springs Senior Center. Both fabulous institutions here in our local village. And you know what else is a wonderful institution? Our public library. I wore this shirt today to remind me how important those kinds of services are. And we are so lucky to have a really robust library. So, more on that later, but first, before you begin this chair interval training exercise program, consult your physician before you do this or any new exercise program. That makes sense, right? We always want to make sure that the benefits outweigh the risks. And you know how you feel best, so if you feel dizzy or out of balance at any time, please, it's recommended you remain or return to your sturdy chair. That's one of the things we'll need today. Make sure it's solid. We're going to use a hand weight. In this case, it's a jug with a lid on it, but if you've got hand weights, you're welcome to use those. And you'll always want to have some fresh water and a rubber ball today. Ooh. I like ball games as well. All right, so I'm going to put on some music. Today it's country music. If you don't like country music, you can join me next week because you never know what it's going to be next week. Anyway, just have fun. And whether you're seated or standing, always elongate your torso because best posture with ears over shoulders over hips makes our movements easier. If anything hurts, please promise me you'll go back to the last thing that didn't feel bad, or you'll just take a rest. All right, so this is our little country mix. I don't think I've used it since April, so we're going to get started. Always checking our area around our chair, making sure there's nothing we might slip, trip, and fall on. And we're going to work on the ABCs, which stands for A, agility, B, balance, and C, coordination. Before we do any of that, let's just limber up a bit, get our bodies moving. If you're behind your chair, you can see and touch it, and it'll be your balance check. Indeed, it might be your dance partner. All right, but I'm going to step out to the side, just so you can see my feet. You may too. If you widen out your stance and sink into your hips a little bit, like you're posting up riding a horse. When we're listening to country, you'd probably ride Western. Maybe your horse tips a little when she trots. We can rock side to side, lift that shoulder up, see how it feels today. Around the shoulder back. Just like you're swimming backward. And then maybe we could take it forward, but start little. It's always good to go gradually. And if everything's feeling good, make it a little bigger, if you please. Okay, how about opening and closing the shoulders and the chest? Again, starting little. And as it feels good to you, a little bigger. All right. We might need a balance check as we lift those heels up. See how it feels to curl those hamstrings, kick your butt. And maybe we can lift our knees in front of us. Warm up the fronts of the legs. Maybe we could just tap our heels down and swing those arms. See if you can go through a cross crawl pattern. Opposite arms lifting with the heels. maybe you could tap those toes back and keep those arms going. Good, we got our bodies moving a little. I want to preview a couple patterns that we're going to do today. One is for agility, the other is for balance. One we've done before, one we haven't, so just do your best. The first one sounds like it's for agility and balance, actually. It sounds like this. It sounds like tap, 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 march 2, 3, tap, 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 march 2, 3. So we're lowering our body each time into that support leg while we're balancing. So we're doing our right leg 3 times with a tap, and then our left. We could tap forward and back. And we've got our chair there if we need it. Now, I said this would be about agility, which means the ability to move our feet quickly. We're going to do a couple more at tempo, but then we're going to try it faster. Last one at tempo. Then forward, back, forward, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap, 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 da, da, da. That's fast. And since we're just warming up, we're gonna relax. We'll come back to that. The other pattern is one we've done before. I want you to stay behind your chair, please. I'm gonna move in front just so you can see what my feet are doing. We call this one a skate fly, and we do 8 of these, 4 more, 3, 2, and then we do fly. Now, if you need your chair and you're behind it, 4 more, 4, 3, 2, you can always use it. Then we go to 4 skates, so we're breaking it down, and 4 flies. And then 2 of each, 2 down, and 2 up. And then finally we break it down to 1 up and down. And eventually we'll freeze in our flying pose and our skating pose. So we'll get to use plenty of balance and a little bit of cardio. We'll also use our chair for our strength intervals. But let's keep warming up in our chair. As you get seated, get the heels close to the chair. Feel it with the backs of your legs, preferably. And as you sit down, keep your head and chest up. Hinge your hips back and keep your weight equal in both legs. You can just sit down once nice and slow, or you can do a couple warm-up squats. It's up to you. Remember, whenever you need a sip of water, like right now if you want one, step to the side, lean to the side. Support on that last. So hydration is one of the things I'll cue you about frequently, but I can't see you, so I'm counting on you to stay hydrated. Here's to your health. I'm also going to cue you frequently about posture, because that makes it easier. And the other thing is, we're going to shoot for a perceived exertion of about 4 to 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. So I'm counting on you to work within your comfort zone, but challenge yourself a little, okay? All right, let's see. If we're sitting at the edge of our chair, we'll be able to move through our hips. Sitting tall, that's our posture cue. Let's see if we can tap our toes. Lift those toes up off the floor. Open your hands up. And let's move those feet out and in, as well as articulating through the wrists. Maybe you can do little circles. It's harder to move your feet through circles down there. Other way. All right, let's march those feet out wide. Get a little stretch here on the inner thighs. Keeping the back long and strong and supporting on our lap as we hinge a little bit forward, and gently open the thighs for a little stretch on the inner thighs. And if it feels good, take your right shoulder and kind of roll it forward. Ooh, feels good to me. And then your left. Let's tap those toes again out wide and walk them back in. And walk them back out. Wrists and ankles are very important to our everyday living. All right, leave them in narrow. Sit tall again. Stretch your legs out. I'm going to scooch back where you can see, I think, a little better. Pull the navel in to support your spine. Stretch the crown of your head up. And let's try to push with that opposite arm, just as we did when we were marching and tapping our heels. That opposite arm with the opposite leg is called cross crawl, and it really does help to better connect the right and left hemispheres of your brain, which makes us more coordinated. All right, see how it feels to stretch that foot in the air and get a dynamic stretch on the back of that thigh. And working on those wrists and ankles again. Let's try a little flex, point, flex. Howdy out there. Let's just do one more on the right and the left. And let's stretch out that left leg. Stretch our spine up, breathe deep, and take a bit of a bow as you circle through your wrist. And lift your toes and your fingers, and then gently push them down. We're almost ready to start moving to our first aerobic or cardiovascular pattern as we stretch through the right leg. Take a bit of a bow, just halfway towards your lap, supporting, circling with that wrist, and then lifting your toes and your fingers, getting a nice stretch on the back of the right leg, and then pushing the sole towards the ground and the fingers. Sitting tall. I want you to check in with yourself and just ask, how are you doing on that scale of 1 to 10? This is our perceived exertion, so how you feel is a pretty good measurement of how much more intensity or duration you might like to do. Remember, our happy zone is a 4 to a 7. 4 is like, I feel great, come on, let's go. And a 7 or an 8 is like, oh my, I'm getting tired. I don't know how much longer I can do this. And you should be able to talk. Okay, we're gonna start out with that tap, 2, 3, march, 2, 3 pattern. And it's not that easy. It takes some coordination. So I want you to double check your area, make sure everything is tucked under your chair, the footprint of your chair, or well out of the way so you don't trip or fall on it. And let's come on over here to the right side of our chair, please. You gotta be able to see and touch it. And we'll start out nice and slow, but remember, when we're tapping with the right foot, we're going to march first with the right foot. When we're tapping with the left foot, we're going to march with the left foot first. So it looks and sounds like this. Right foot, tap, 2, 3, right, left, tap, tap, left, right, right. March right and tap left. March left. It's hard for me to say and do. How are you doing? Sink down into that leg. Work on your leg strength. It's a mini one-legged squat, is it not? Good. We're going nice and slow and we're tapping in the front. How are you feeling? Do you want to take that a little faster? I messed it up. March, 2, 3. Let's do one more on the right at tempo and one more on the left at tempo. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Tap, tap, tap. 1, 2, 3. Tap, tap, tap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Tap, tap, tap. Can you clap and do it? It's hard. I'm going to do one more on the right and the left. Ooh, that was fast. How you doing? Can you talk? Are you breathing well? I hope so. Okay, now Let's try it over on the left, just for fun. I wanna, keep us moving, that's all. Moving and grooving. A rolling stone gathers no moss, but how fast you roll is up to you. We're gonna just check our area again, check our posture. And this time, let's try tapping forward, back, forward, march, 2, 3, right forward, right back, right forward. Left. Moving those arms, if you can, in that cross crawl fashion. This is a lot of coordination, so do your best. We'll practice at this tempo for a bit. Sink down into it and work on that balance and leg strength. A lot going on with this pattern, but if you just repeat and do your best, you'll get the benefits. Forward, back, forward, 1, 2, 3, forward, back, forward, march, 2, 3. We've got our chair if we need it. Let's do one more tempo on the left, and then on the right, and then if you're ready, let's try and do a double time. March, 2, 3, forward, forward, march, 2, 3, forward, back, forward, march, 2, 3. That's fast. With those arms, if you can. Keep that abdominals tight. Messed it up there. Forward, back, forward. It's fast feet. You know what else you could do instead of the fast feet? You could just stand. That works too. That's a good modification. Fast feet. Fast feet. How you doing? 4 more. 3, 2, 1. March it out. Woo. That's hard. I'm finding it challenging. I hope you are too. And I hope you can modify, or feel free to sit down when you want. What if we did this lateral, same pattern? Let's try it behind our chair now. I'm gonna come out in front, but you need to be behind yours. I want you to see my feet. Okay? So you got your chair. We're gonna start with our right foot and tap it out, in, out. So out, in, out, right march, and left. In, out. Same pattern, right? Now if you're behind your chair and you need, you can hold it. If you don't need it, you can move your hands out, in, out. March, 2, 3, out, in, out. March, 2, 3. Let's practice that a little bit more at this tempo. Out, in, out. Let's do one more tempo on the right. Nice tall posture and left, and then we're gonna try it double time. Here we go. Out, in, out. 1, 2, 3, out. I didn't do that right. Let's try it again. Out, out, in, out. 1, 2, 3, out, in, out. 1, 2, 3. It always helps if your instructor has it. Out, in, out. 1, 2, 3, out, in, out. 1, 2, 3, out, in, out. It's like a low impact jumping jack or Jill. Good. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do you have that pattern? Whoops, I missed a beat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're almost there. Woo! Remember, you can modify by not doing the quick steps. But try those claps. I'm having trouble with this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How are you doing? Let's do one more on the right, out, in, out. 1, 2, 3. One more on the left, and just march it out. Hey, how are you doing? Can you talk? Let's do one more little variation. So, again, behind your chair, kind of off to the right if you like. Got your chair, and you can go out. Wait, reset. Boop. You can go forward, side, back. 1, 2, 3, forward, side, back. So you kind of have to move to the right to move your right foot, and then to the left. 1, 2, 3, forward, side, back. 1, 2, 3, forward, side, back. 1, 2, 3, forward, side. Let's practice that. I got my feet all crossed up. Back, march, 2, 3, forward, side, back, march, 2, 3, forward, side, back, march, 2, 3, forward, side, back, right march, forward, side, back, left march. Let's do it one more time, right and left at tempo. That's going to be hard. Do you think we can do it? Let's try. Forward, side, back, march, 2, 3, forward, side, back, march, 2. Woo! That music is telling me we're almost there. Woo! Forward, side, back. Forward, side, back. I feel like a tap dancer. How do you feel? How about on our scale of 1 to 10? Can you breathe? Can you talk? Are you in that happy zone of 4 to 7 or 8? I hope so. If you already had to take a seat, that's fine. But if you're still on your feet, let's line ourselves up with our chair. Making sure your heels are close so we can feel it as we do, I don't know, just 1 to as many as 8 squats. We're going to have lots of other opportunities to squat in this class today, but it is our best body weight strengthener. And it's a very functional strength exercise that improves our activities of daily living. All right, time for a little drink, if you like. Be mindful, step to the side, lean to the side. It's always good to take your time so you don't hurt your lower back. Okay, I think I would like for us to work with our weights today first. We've got a series of 3 wonderful big full body exercises that have choices. The choices won't be the best choice for everybody. So listen to your body and do the best with your abilities today. Grab your weight. Again, saving a plastic carton after you've emptied it of its whatever came in it, rinsing it out as needed and putting the lid on. You can add water as you build up your resistance. So this 1 1/4 gallon laundry soap detergent jug is now being repurposed. Isn't that wonderful? I like a handle. Go ahead and put that jug on your lap, and let's get scooched back in the chair. We're going to do what I call it's like a kettlebell swing, but with our back long and strong and the jug, our feet touching the chair legs, hips back in the chair. We're going to just lift that jug a little bit, and if that felt good, a little bit more. Arms are nearly straight. No higher than about nose high, okay? If your arms, your shoulders do not like this movement, bring it closer to your body and bend your elbows. If your shoulders can take it without any sharp shooting pain, you're going to lift it up to nose high with arms longer. Okay, let's take a break. Now, we're going to do a squat, and then it's your choice to just dig your heels in and pretend to get up. Keep that jug low. Or if it suits you today, dig your heels in and stand all the way up. Now we've got the extra weight of our jug. Hips go back, head stays up, hips drive forward. Now if you want, it's your choice. You can put the two movements together. But keep your head and chest lifted as you reach your hips back. Keep your weight equal in both right and left feet. And this is a kettlebell swing, or our modification of such exercise. And we're just going to do a few more because it's a big whole body thing. Remember, one modification was here. And get seated. Woo! That was fun. We're going to let those muscles, those shoulders, relax and rest with some active abdominal exercise. So the other muscles rest. This is called active recovery. We're going to need to come to the edge of our seat for this one. Grab the handle. You can either hold it with both hands, or if there's not enough room, you can cradle it with one. So bring it in close to your chest. Sit tall and tuck your tailbone under and lean back. Tuck your chin into a slight closer to your throat. And you can lean back and sit up just in this range of motion where you feel the abdominals working. Make sure, think about this, you're pulling the navel in. Then, if you like, you could start to add a chest or shoulder press. Overhead this time, you could do little, medium, or big. Woohoo! If you want, you can add a little right leg raise, left leg raise. If your lower back hurts, you can lean back in that chair, tuck your chin if your neck hurts, and keep going. You don't have to do the legs, but do your best because we're almost at the end of this set. Feeling like you're almost unable to do another one is what we're shooting for with those strength exercises. It should feel like you got a dull, achy soreness, but never a sharp, sudden shooting pain. Okay, we're going to scooch back in our chair and do another set of those squats, if you choose. This time, we've already done a lot of fronts of the shoulders and tops. Let's focus more on the rear part of the shoulders. So sit tall, heels touch. That was my music device. No worries. Sit tall, hips well back in your chair, heels touching your chair. And just let the jug hang, or your weight. Keep your head up. It helps to spot a point on the wall across the room. Dig your heels in and see how it feels. And if it doesn't feel like you're going to be standing up, it's okay, you're right. Then see how it feels to do an upright row. Keeping the bottle or the jug or the weight close to your body. Your hands never need to go higher than your collarbone. And your elbows should lead the way. If it hurts, don't do it. Just shorten the range of motion. You could do a full range of motion. You could do a partial. You could stay seated and do a full range of motion. You can squat and do a full range of motion without the shoulder work. So there's a lot of choices there. A lot going on, I know. But we've come at it step by step. So I'm hoping you're reaching your momentary muscular fatigue right about now. Woo, I know I am. I felt that I was getting hot. Strength work has that effect, especially when we're doing all body exercises. So we're done with that weight for now, so just tuck it away. Let's see how it feels to support our spine when we get another sip of water. We're going to go on that another aerobic adventure. Check my music here. Doing good? Okay. Hey, we have a couple more minutes to squeeze some strength work in. So, We'll do it standing if you wish, but if you want to remain in your seat, we're going to do some hip abduction work. We'll do this again towards the end. So you can use your hand and the strength in your shoulder stabilizers to slide that leg across to the right and push against it to your best ability. You could do it on the left, or you could do it standing. So seated looks like this. And again, we'll do this near the end of the class again for some good balance activity. If you like to stand, go ahead and get yourself situated with plenty of room to do our skate fly pattern. This is going to work those very same muscles, those hip abductors. So if you're situated on the right side of your chair, pull up through the spine and push. Push. Or better yet, let's add a little hold. And you're squeezing those obliques. Maybe 4 more. 3, 2, pulling in at the belly button. Now let's do the left side. So you might want to scooch over to the left. You can do this in your chair. It's a little harder. So let's just lift through that left leg and add that hold. So we're squeezing with the hip, keeping the foot dorsiflex. We're also using our obliques and all of the stabilizers in our spine. Okay, we got those hips warmed up. Let's take it for a ride. If you're behind your chair, you're going to need your chair for a little balance check here with the skate fly pattern. Let's start with our right leg crossing behind and then left. You can swing your arms, 4 more, 3, 2, or hold your chair, and then you can lift your heels. Again, you could use both arms, one or the other, or your chair. Skate, 8. You can go low and get a big cardio. Good. You can go high and get a big cardio. Or you can just go fly at your own pace. Let's skate for 8. 8, 7, 6, 5. Can you count with me? 4, 3, 2, fly. 8, 7, 6, 5. Best posture. Let's skate for 4. 4, 3, 2, fly. 4, 3. You got your chair. Skate. 4. And fly for 4. Let's do another set of 4s because remember, we're working on our stamina. And lift. 4. Good. How about 2s now? Down. And up. Skate. And fly. Skate. And fly. Let's do it again. Skate. Are you ready to cut it down to 1s? Down. Up. This is where the balance gets important. We can do it at tempo. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now we can slow down. We can skate. Fly. Got our chair. Fly. We could freeze it. Woo! Know when to hold it. And then up high. Pull the needle in. See if you can fly little circles with your heel and or your hands. Woo! Okay, march it out. How are you doing on our scale of 1 to 10? I hope you're doing great. You get to decide. Do your best and then take a rest when you need to. Every day is different. Alright, so we're going to do that same pattern, only we're going to start with our left foot. Check your area, make sure you're safe. And we're going to cross back left and right, or skate left and right. 4 more, 3, 2, how about fly? Up. Pull the navel in, lift the crown of the head up. 4 more, 3, 2, skate. You can go low. And that's more demanding on your legs than your heart and lungs. You can go high. A little spring. Good. 4 more. 3, 2. Another set of 8. Skate. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, fly for 8. 4 more. 3, 2. Let's try it in 4s, please. 4, skating. And flying. 4. And skate. Fly. How you doing out there? Skate. And fly. How about 2? Skate, skate. Fly, fly. Skate down low. Skate, fly up high. Down. And up. Down. And up. Another set of 2. And up. Now down and up. 1s. 1 down, 1 up. Let's do 4 more at tempo. 3, 2, 1. Now half time or slower. Up. Down. Up. Down. And freeze here. Freeze. You can always touch your chair or put your foot down, but let's see little circles. Now freeze in your skater's pose. I don't feel like freezing, I feel kind of hot. How do you feel? Do you want to do a little bit more aerobic activity? We got a few more minutes to fulfill our goal of like 8 to 10 minutes. Research shows that can make a good difference, especially if we do it periodically throughout the day. Like a brisk walk or an aerobic cleaning session. And if you like to clean aerobically, come on over to my house because not every room looks this clean. Okay, let's do a new pattern. I didn't even preview. It's not new, it's old. I'm gonna come in front of my chair, but you should be behind your chair where you can use it. Out, out, in, to your right, slow, to your left. And you know where we're going with this one? Do it again a little faster. Out, out, in, a little faster. Out, out, in. Pump those arms. Or if you want, you can pretend you're riding on a horse in the great out west and roping in those doggies. Uh-oh, they're getting away. We're gonna have to speed up. Out, out, in, out, out, in. Faster with the rope too, if you like. Switch arms if you like. Both if you like. But don't fall out of your saddle. Stampede! Oh, now they're coming after us. Woo! How did that feel? Slow your roll. Take a deep breath. It's time to get back in the saddle again. But let's do that pattern one last time. And this time start slow with your left. Out. Out. Sit down into it and in. And a little bit faster. Out, out, in. And at tempo. Out, out, in. Good. This time, if you want to coordinate your arms, let's try making just an open V step. You can make your V lowercase or uppercase. This is at tempo. Are you ready? Let's go to a canter. My arms aren't doing it so good. Out, out, in, out, in, out, stop. My arms are just going all crazy, so I don't let my legs go crazy too. You can do what you want to do. Get that heart rate elevated, able to talk until you feel like slowing down. Woo! I'm hot. How are you feeling? Well, the song is telling us it's time to slow down. Come back to our chair. We're going to use our ball next to do a series of exercises. But first, get your feet situated so you don't fall down. Keep your weight equal in both of your feet. Keep your hips centered as they hinge back. And then squeeze them forward. Reach your tailbone back, but your chin is staying just up. And then when you're ready, get seated. Woo! It's warm. You know, it's actually pretty warm outside today. Tomorrow we're gonna get some rain, much needed. So, speaking of water, water everywhere. And I'm gonna lead my horse to the water, and she's gonna take a sip. Here's to your health and hydration. Do take your time, support your spine as you reach to the side. Okay, we're gonna do some oldies but goodies. We're gonna work on inner thighs, pushing, and then we're gonna work on abdominals and grip strength. And then, as I told you earlier, we'll work on our hips, the outsides again, with an option to stand. All of these are choices. You have choices. So, come to the front of your seat, where you can sit as tall as you choose. Now, tuck that ball just between your thighs, above the bony part of the knee joint. Sit tall, breathe. When we do these squeezes, it's a short range of motion, and if we don't breathe, if we hold our breath, it'll drive our blood pressure up unnecessarily. So squeeze. So right away you feel your inner thighs getting stronger, contracting. Exhale as you squeeze the air out of the ball. Now push your heels into the ground, and now you can feel your hamstrings. If you don't believe me, put your hands on the backs of your thighs. Dig your heels in. Good. Now lift your toes up as you squeeze the ball and dig your heels down. Now we're strengthening the shin muscles, and that's very important for our walking gait, so we don't get that foot drop and trip on our own foot. I've done it before. Usually when I'm not wearing appropriate footwear. Yikes. Okay, so ready to add on? You have to think about this. So squeeze your gluteals. And breathe. Inhale as if you're smelling your favorite aroma, and exhale as if you're blowing out a little candle. All right, now let's take a break. We're gonna do a variation of a chair dip or a glute bridge. Not in everyone's choice of comfort. So if you have any pain in the wrist, elbow, or shoulder, or neck, don't do it, okay? But with our thigh squeezes, we're gonna take the heel of our hand and dig it into the seat. So experiment as you squeeze the ball. Dig your heels into the floor, lift your toes up and straighten at the elbows. We're working the triceps, the back of the upper arm, the shoulder stabilizers, and a little bit of the chest when we do that dip. Now if it feels good, you can lift your hips into a bridge. I'm going to keep going and show you from the side. You can keep going however you like to. So, if you're just doing this, if you're doing the thigh squeeze with the toe raise and the heel digs, there you are. If you're doing the glute bridge, it's not a huge range of motion, but it's a big, functional, whole body exercise. So do your best. Perhaps you're almost there. And where is there? Momentary muscular fatigue, or you feel like, whew, I'm done with that exercise. Thank you very much. Good work. And that's where we get stronger. After we rest, we recoup some of the nutrition we need and our sleep, and then we're better able to do it again. So, all right, let's do the next exercise for our abdominals. Sitting forward in your chair. Tuck that, pull the navel in and tuck the tailbone under. Lean back. And let's keep that ball close to our heart as we rotate a little bit. Leaning back. Really keep that navel pulling in strong, and exhale each time you rotate. If this feels good and you wanted to make it bigger, you can make that into a little medium-sized rainbow or a bigger rainbow. Now, if you want to add grip strength, We're going to squeeze as we pull it towards our hip. Exhale as you squeeze, pulling the ball to your hip. Inhale as it rises. Exhale as it drops to the hip. If you wanted, you could add that knee lifting on the same side with the balls coming towards your hip. Remember, you can take your break when you need it, but breathe, and hand grip strength is very highly correlated with independent living. Able to open pickle jars with ease. Able to turn on and off tight faucet spigots. Able to garden with grace. I'm feeling this, so I'm going to just finish it off. How about you? That was hard. Okay, I think we're at the point where you have another choice. Outer hip strength, seated. Here's what it looks like, sitting tall at the edge of your chair. You could choose to support with the left hand. And you're going to have the ball on the outside of the right hip. Closer to the hip joint is going to be easier. Closer to the knee joint is going to be harder. But limb lengths and torso lengths may predict, because I don't want you to lean forward too much. So, see how it feels to push that ball into the outer thigh? And don't let the knee knock, okay? Resist. Breathe. Now push the leg out as you push the ball in. And this looks so simple, but I'm working really hard in my chair. I hope you are too. And I hope you know that your work, the reward is that you'll get stronger. So I'm going to just do one more on the right and then slide over to the left. Again, you have the choice of doing this standing as well. I'm going to show the left seated again, and then I'm going to stand, and we'll do another set standing if you choose, or seated. You with me? Sit tall, push into that outer thigh. Don't let the knees knock. You got that going? You want to add more? Slide the foot across the floor. Try to keep your torso straight and strong and tall. I'm working very hard with my abdominals and my spinal erector muscles to sit tall. And I'm working hard with my hip abductors to push against that ball. And I'm working hard with my shoulder stabilizers and my forearms and biceps to push. And I'm working so hard that I don't feel like doing the left side again. But good news, our right side got active recovery. So if you choose to do this set seated, you're already in place. If you choose to do it standing, come up so that you can touch your chair with your left hand, best posture. Pull that right toe up off the ground, pull the navel in, and see if you could keep the foot dorsiflexed, keep the body tall. Go at your own pace, but breathe. And I'm only going to do a few more, perhaps 3 more on this side. My left leg is working super hard to stay tall and be stable. Was yours? Okay, well, let's get the left leg moving and the right leg stabilizing. Take your time to come to the left side. Sit or stand tall. Peel that left toe up off of the ground and see if you could balance on the right as you push into the left leg. You've got your chair if you need it. You could also tap your foot down just for a moment and still get plenty of good balance exercise. Ooh, I am working really hard. It doesn't probably look like it, but I know you feel it if you're working at a challenging level for you. How about 2 more? Whew, my hips need a stretch. If you like, you can go ahead and put that ball down. Put some weight into your left leg. Push your left hip out just to your comfort. You can crisscross and put your right toe down as a kickstand, or you can put it here and take a little stretch through the side of the body and the hip. Ooh, that feels good. Ease out of it. And let's do the same thing on the right. So put your weight in your right leg. Right knee is straight but not locked. Push through the hip. You can crisscross your left leg over and touch your toe down in a kickstand. And stretch. Definitely want to use your chair for this one, so you could also stand in your narrow stance as you stretch through the right side and the right hip. Ooh, that felt good to me. All right, we're gonna slow down a bit. Return to our chair. So if you want, you can do a couple squats. Why not? I told you we'd have a lot of chances to do squats. You might choose not to, however, and that's okay. All right, I'm gonna get seated, tuck this ball away. Actually, I'm gonna try to toss it onto my couch over there. Sip of water. If you're getting anything down low, remind yourself to go slow so you don't hurt your lower back. Support with your arm, and stepping to the side is a wee bit easier. This side flexion of the spine is a little kinder and gentler. Kinder and gentler than forward flexion. That can put a lot of pressure on the lumbar vertebrae, and that's where a lot of us may have some issues. So let's just get our breathing back. I'm going to turn this down a teensy bit. Tell me this is real, hold my darling, can't you see that we're meant? If you would, come to the edge of your seat. Work on your posture. Take a few breaths to just see if you can notice your breathing and the rate, and consciously slow it. Effortlessly, easily, gradually. Just breathe in through your nose and through your mouth as you exhale. Or your nose. If you're stopped up with allergies or congestion, you can breathe in through your mouth. That works too. Every time you hold my hand, my heart alone will understand. I don't want to walk alone. Just like that, I can feel my breathing and heart rate begin to come down. Of course, we slow down on purpose while we were doing our balance work. But let's also match this breathing to our movements. So as we inhale, that's a natural opportunity to open our chest and shoulders and spine to make room for the lungs to expand. And as we exhale, we do the converse. Pushing out the stale air as we push out the hands. We can inhale, bringing the arms overhead, maybe. If that hurts your shoulders, shorten the levers, but open your chest and your spine, making room for those inner vertebral discs. And then exhale, bringing those arms out. Walk your feet together. And see if you can grab underneath your lap without leaning too far forward. You can hold here or interlace your fingers if your limb lengths and body permit. But just pull your navel in and arch your spine, drawing your chin to your chest. And then inhale. If we're at the edge of our seat, let's stretch out the right leg, support on the left. Inhale. Hold my hand. I wish I could hold hands with you. The time will come. rest your arm down on your leg. Maybe at the knee, shin, or ankle, or toe. Holding hands is actually a pretty safe activity with those that you're around frequently. Just wear your mask and wash your hands before and after. We're going to sit tall, hold the navel in, draw the knee towards your chest, stretching the back of the hip and circling through that ankle. One direction and then the other. Sitting tall, let's get that left leg and that left hip stretched out. Take your time. Inhale. As you hinge forward, perhaps halfway towards your lap, transfer the weight into that arm. And as you breathe in, lengthen your spine. Reach your tailbone back and your toes up, and let your arm just rest wherever it is as you enjoy another nice, deep, slow inhale and exhale. Whew, sitting tall. Support your spine by pulling the navel in, tucking the tailbone under as you lean back. Maybe your hip doesn't like to be flexed this close to your body, so you can just circle your ankle with the foot on the ground, or whatever other stretch you like to substitute. Good. I hope it felt good. I'm still feeling a little bit of tightness here, so if you wanted to join me with whatever your favorite stretch is, I'm going to do this side saddle. Left hip a little off the edge of the chair, hinging forward to coax that left leg back, and the left knee drawing down toward the ground just from the weight of the leg, lengthening the front muscles of the leg and the hip. Reaching up as we inhale and stretching the side as we exhale. Oh man, that feels good to me. And ease out of that. And we'll finish, if you please. Of course, you could be doing your breathing exercises or your stretches that you enjoy, that suit you and your abilities, and wherever you feel tight today. As you get that right leg back and let the knee drift down, breathe in, fill your belly, that area near your abdomen, that area near your ribs and chest, expanding with your lungs. And then when you exhale, you can lean a bit towards your seat back and feel the stretch through the right side of your body. That felt good to me. If you like, take your time, situate yourself so that your back is supported and you're sitting comfortably however you like. Definitely take the weight off of your trapezius and neck muscles by resting your hands in your lap, resting comfortably into your seat back. Some of you may feel comfortable sitting like a pretzel or a lotus position. If that suits you and your hip flexibility, great. I like to sit like this, but I know that it's not the right choice for everybody. So just wherever you are, take like 3 to 5 cleansing breaths. And use your favorite imagery to just imagine a calm and peaceful place. with our last few mindful breaths, just draw your attention to any tension you have in your body and let that inhale and that fresh oxygen kind of just massage it out. And let your exhale let any tension just trickle down off of your shoulders or your hips. Research has shown that mindfulness and imagery are very strong tools to help calm our heart and respiratory systems and help reduce stress with regular practice, whether it's with yoga or just your own relaxation mindfulness training. There is plenty of guidance out there. Hey, you know where one good place to get guidance is for mindfulness that works for you? It could be at your library. And you know, last week I was talking about voting. I just want to remind you that every vote counts, and we all need to have our voices expressed in the form of the vote. I want to remind you that one of my neighbors and the former, now retired, head librarian of our Yellow Springs Public Library, Connie Collett, she and I were talking how close the levy for the library was in 2014. It came down really to the citizens of Yellow Springs, who turned out almost in double numbers percentage-wise as other Greene County precincts. And we doubled almost our 4 votes for the library, and it won. We might not have the Greene County Public Libraries able to offer the services that they've given us if it weren't for every one of your votes. Remember that. And if you have, talk to your friends, talk to your relatives, talk to the young people, talk to the people of all ages. Vote, 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 vote. And wherever you go, please keep it safe. Keep it simple. Bye for now. See you next time.